Hey guys, today we're going to be solving these compound inequalities. And you guys are going to love these. They're going to be pretty easy for you, I think. So let's first talk about if it's an and or an or. So notice when it's written as a sandwich with the x in the middle, you guys know that's an and, right? And when it's written with the word or in between, you know that's an or. Okay, so it's pretty easy to tell which one's which. Let's try to solve a couple of these. So number one, draw the walls. In compound inequalities, there's two walls because there's two inequality symbols. Okay, so the goal is to try to get x alone. So how do you undo plus 5? You minus 5. But here's the thing. You minus 5 from the middle and the left wall and the right wall. You have to subtract it from every section of the walls. Okay, once on the left, once in the middle, once on the right. All right, let's see what happens. 2 minus 5 is negative 3. We have less than x. These cancel. And then we have less than 9 minus 5 is 4. And then once you have x alone in the middle, you are done solving. And now we just have to graph. So this would be an open circle at negative 3 and an open circle at 4. And because we know it's an and, we're going to shade everything on the inside. But if you really want to see it, it's x is less than 4, which is this way. And reading it backwards, greater than negative 3, which is this way. So it ends up being the overlap. All right, that was probably too easy for you guys. Let's do a harder one. Number 3. Okay, let's draw our double wall. And we're trying to get y by itself. So what do we move first? To get rid of a plus 4, we minus 4 from the middle, the left, and the right. You got to do it to every section. Okay, so these cancel. 10 minus 4 is 6. Less than or equal to, we have a 2y less than or equal to 24 minus 4 is 20. Now y is not alone yet, so how do we undo multiplying by 2? We divide by 2, but don't forget to every section. So these cancel. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Less than or equal to y less than or equal to 20 divided by 2 is 10. And now y is alone, so now you're done. We just have to graph it. So this is going to be a closed circle at 3 and a closed circle at 10. And because it's an and, that's the sandwich where you graph the overlap. Again, the long version, less than or equal to 10 is this way. Reading it backwards, greater than or equal to 3 is this way, but we want the and overlap. All right, let's try some ors. Number 5. Now, when you're solving an or, you are literally going to do them completely separate from each other. So I'm going to cover this one up. I'm not even looking at it. I am just going to do a single solving for just the one part. Okay, no double walls on the ors. You're doing them totally separate. So for this one, we would minus 1 from both sides. These cancel. And we have 3h is less than negative 5 minus 1 is negative 6. And then we would divide by 3, divide by 3. These cancel. You guys should be pros at this. H is less than negative 2. So that's one of them. Or, now totally separate, we're going to solve this one. So draw the wall. This one, we're going to add 5 to both sides. So these cancel. We have 2h is greater than 12. And then divide by 2, divide by 2. These cancel. h is going to be greater than 6. And then you guys know for the ors, when you graph them, they're going to be two separate arrows. So less than -2 would be open circle to the left. Greater than 6 would be open circle to the right. So that's how you graph the ors. Well, let's try one more of those. We'll do number 7. Okay, so again with the ors, let's just cover one of them up and just totally solve them separately. Okay, so draw the wall. To undo the -2, we add 2. And these cancel. We have 3x is less than or equal to -9. And then divide by 3, divide by 3. We have x is less than or equal to -3. Okay, that's our first one. Or, and now we cover up this one and just solve the second one. So draw the wall. -8, -8. We're going to treat them totally separate. Those cancel. We have 2x is greater than 8. And then divide by 2, divide by 2. These cancel. X is greater than 4. All right, so the ors then to graph. Less than or equal to -3 would be closed circle shaded left. And greater than 4 would be open circle shaded right. Awesome. Okay, I think there's one more page on the back. And let's see if we can maybe try one of each of these. So it says translate the inequality and then graph it. Okay, so these are going to be the hard ones. Hopefully you guys have some energy left. Okay, so this is an and. And when it's an and, this is what I do. I put the smaller number on the left and the bigger number on the right. Okay, I'm trying to set up my sandwich. And then anything that's with the x goes in the middle. Now this one says 3 times x. So I'm going to put that in the middle. Okay, now let's just read what's happening here. It says less than -6. So I know this one's going to be a less than. And then it says greater than -21. But since you're reading this one backwards, it's got to be greater than 3x is greater than -21. That's the setup. Okay, so I'll leave you guys with that. You can go ahead and finish solving this one. Okay, let's try to set up number 10. Now this one is an or. And you guys know when it's an or, you're going to literally have 2 separate problems. Okay, so we'll do this one totally separate than this one. Okay, so let's do this one first. 1 less than x. Now you guys should remember from chapter 1 or something, 1 less than x is written x minus 1. Is less than -1. Okay, so that's our first one. And then the second one, 3 more than x would be x plus 3, right? 3 more than x is greater than or equal to 7. Okay, so that's the setup, and then if you guys want to go ahead and finish it off and solve it, you can. All right, sounds good, guys. I'm going to stop here. This was long enough. Hopefully that made sense, but we will practice more in class. Thanks for watching.